Hey everyone, it's Cheesy Boss, your new host for the next two. For this run, we got Speedbreaker55 playing Sonic Rush Adventure, all emeralds. Take it ahead.
So today I'm going to be running Sonic Rush Adventure All Emeralds. So there's going to be two characters which we normally play as, which will be Sonic and Blaze. Unlock a bit later on, but she has a set of emeralds that she can get. So that'll be fun. So as you see over here, we're demoing Sonic running on the Wave Cyclone, which will be one of the vehicles that we'll be using. Because there's four vehicles to get, and we need to get them all in order to traverse everywhere we need to traverse. So yeah, of this game, there's like two. This is the second of the series. So without further ado, I think we're ready. Right, are you ready with the timer?
Yep, just do a quick countdown and it'll get all started for you.
Okay. Right, gonna start in five, four, three, two, one, go. So this starts off a fresh battle, need to say. And right now there's a bunch of cutscenes that we want to skip. And right here there's a mandatory training section. Unlike the first game, the Rush series. Nice. So that's the training session complete. So first we need to save the game. Otherwise, Tails just sit there and twiddle his thumbs. And this is where we get our first vehicle, which is the Wave Cyclone. Oh yeah, Marcus 5400. Yeah, I'm glad you remember this game. It's a pretty cool game. So now we can got access to the water bike. So this first part is a bit slow because now we're getting used to this new way of play. For the first Rush game, we didn't have vehicles to travel with. So now over here, Tails gets us to navigate the map. To make this a bit quicker, we zoom out, shake the screen across, and then Tails won't have to do back the screen for us. Oh yeah, also chat, feel free to ask any questions if you've got any. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be our first trip with the Wave Cyclone. Also going to be our longest trip because we're just learning to use the zone. Right now, the top right hand side is where we're going to be mostly using our boost. I'm going to make sure we get all the rings. And that way, we make sure we get max boost all the way here, and we drop it just after 5 seconds so we can get full boost again. Nice. Looking good. So rings prolong the boost rate. So yeah, this is quite long for the first stage. Right, we're here at our first landing spot. Right, zone one, here we go. Oh, that's unfortunate. So right now, I'm jumping down slopes, and that allows Sonic to gain high speed than just boosting. Right here, I also jump on these upward slopes to get a lot of height, and this allows me to skip the whole auto scroll at the end. Okay, here we go, Act 2. So this one's a bit longer than Act 1, but still a relatively easy one. Oh, that is. All right, still kept full boost. That's a good thing. Okay. So jumping up there allows you to skip that whole upwards travel section, and we finish up. Oh yeah, it's page. Oh, we didn't know that they're at the war at the time. Okay, just managed to one cycle it. Okay, round two. So it is possible to one round in this next cycle, but unfortunately, it is quite a bit hard to do the first time. So that was so close to getting it. If I got the third air dash, then that would have been it.
Is it okay if I mention a donation real quick?
Oh yeah, feel free to do so.
Perfect. So we got a $10 donation from Ludwig and Koopa referencing the last run, saying that Slinky is love, Slinky is life. If anyone else would like to donate, we have a donation page at gamesforhope.com/donate, supporting a good cause, and all proceeds go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And we also got some donation incentives too, if you want to check that out at the site.
So this next wave cycling section is going to be quite a bit shorter than the first one you saw. This one we're traveling much shorter distance. Okay, Machine Labyrinth. So this is zone 2, which is still an easy zone. Unlike the first game, this one doesn't have any pits in it. The second stage in Sonic Rush, and that has quite a few pits in it, especially early on. So this one isn't nearly as pit heavy as its first one, but it's still particularly challenging with the later ones, as to be expected. Nice. I've heard of a few Sonic games on GBA. Don't quite remember them because it was such a long while ago. Okay, here we go. Act 2. The Rise of Plant Kingdom. This is quite a bit more challenging than the first one. Now we're going to take the upper route. Right, that was good. Those circle jumps are quite a bit harder to get than it looks. Looking good. So this next part is really straightforward because we're really just going navigating through pipes. And over here we want to stay on the top path and not go down this bottom path because the bottom path is so long. Okay, so now we're approaching our second boss. And this one's quite a bit unique. It's not doesn't make any direct hits. He just knocks this ball back, which does its damage by hitting itself. And as you can see, the big one does more damage. Right, nice two-hit combo. Close. Come on. Okay, not too bad. Under a minute. So one thing I forgot to mention is that with each of the zones, there's materials that we can collect. And the rank we get does matter. So for Plant Kingdom and Machine Labyrinth, we need 1 reason visit each. Because to beat the game, we need 13 green and 13 bronze. Even if you were to get all less rank, which gets us 4 material each, we only get 12 at best. Good, looking good. August planet should be sub 40. Right, next we're going to fight Machine Labyrinth boss again and hope we get under 55. Because I just realized that it's quicker to beat this again and get under 55 seconds than it is to do Machine Labyrinth 1 again. Right, didn't quite hit 55 seconds here. Okay, so we're a bit slower here, but at least we didn't lose too much time. So as you saw in the top screen, we had 14 green and 14 bronze with the revisit. So now with this, we don't have to do any revisits anymore. It's better to do them now than later because once we get Blaze, we'll have the character select screen. And for some reason, the game decides it's a good idea to make us come here twice. So now we've got the Ocean Tornado, which is the sailboat. This vehicle is faster than a Wave Cyclone, even though it doesn't look it. Because it's a sailboat, not like designed for racing. The final vehicle is very fast. Right now, I'm just taking out enemies over here while we can because this is pretty much an auto-scroller and we can't exactly do anything to speed it up. The closest we can do to that is actually draw the route as streamlined as possible because how you draw the route absolutely matters in this game. So these type of enemies, some of them you have to really select with which weapons to use. So over here, it introduces us to Johnny, and right here we have to race him. We have no way of skipping this, so even 90%, we have to fight. We have to actually race Johnny. So right here, we keep things calm and wait for Sonic's boost to go to max, as you've seen in the previous Wave Cyclone stages. Once again, we let go of boost just before it drops, because once you use boost for 5 seconds, it drops to about half of its value. Now it's a straight shot to the finish. Right, sub 1, nice. So now this game also has hidden islands in it. And this one takes about 10 seconds to complete. Not even exaggerating. Just under 10.5 seconds. So right now we reached one of the more challenging levels. So already the first part was challenging. So right now what I just did there for those rigs, I did a reverse boost jump there on each of these rails. And that allows you to skip the rig. Hey, looking good, looking good. Okay, Act 2. Unfortunately for us, we get S ranks pretty easily here. Looking good. I jumped a little too early, so I bucked a bit. Right, not going to gamble this one because one downside is that if you go too fast, then if you try to reverse bootstrap, it will go the wrong way. In this case, it will just cause you to die. Okay, awesome. Okay, so right here we've got the Ghost Kraken. Right now there's a quick kill that we're waiting for the pattern for. You know when you see it. This one is not it. There's a different type of attack that we're waiting for. Right, so far RNG's not worked in our favor. Oh, that was also groundless. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Right, so that's all S ranks, yeah. Which is pretty impressive. Oh, actually, the record run for all emeralds doesn't have any deaths in it, or even the failed Johnny race. So no deaths and no restarts. If you're interested, Marcus, then you can see it on speedrun.com for Sonic Rush Adventure all emeralds. Right now, I need to get to this landing point, and this will be the last time we use the sailboat. Oh, cheesy boss. Yeah, I started running it. I run this for quite a long time. So I started making YouTube videos about it. It's like 2016. So I've run this for quite a while. But even then, I was running a bit before it. So I don't think it's been that long. It's been about 10 years I've been running this game. But I first ran it when I was a kid. So this next, so we have to go to the wave cyclone this time because the sailboat can't cross shores. This one's going to be a bit longer than the one we had before, but not as long as the tutorial stage. This one's been a bit quiet.
Is it okay if I butt in real quick?
Yeah, sure.
If anyone would like to, feel free to make a donation at gamersforhope.com/donate. We have a milestone for Atari ST-a-thon for $500. So if you want to see that, feel free to make a donation. All proceeds go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Really great organization with a great cause.
Right, so this is where we see Blaze for the first time. Figured now would be the good time to showcase Blaze, since in an optimal run she barely gets any spotlight at all. Yeah, not bad. 1 minute. Okay, moving to Act 2. Oh, you gotta be joking. No, I jumped a little too late. So I was not supposed to take this cannon. Because this one is very skippable. Right, it's gonna go for a really epic skip here. And that works, thank goodness. Just under 50 seconds. Right, so now we're facing the ghost pirate, which is a bit different because there's a core in the middle that we have to hit. It's not coming up to us. Right, that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, got it. Right, so that's four zones completed. So now we get a new vehicle. This one we get a hovercraft. And this gets us quite a bit further than we did last time. And this time we can cross shallows. So first we're going to go to Blizzard Peak, which is a nice zone. I'm going to be using Sonic for it. So this vehicle can charge shots and even spin. So those of you new raiders, this is Sonic Rush Adventure, and the category we're running is all emeralds. Honestly, I prefer this weapon system than the sailboat. So once again, we're going to be back to using Sonic again. And this time we're going to be using something called, well, the Hummintoe glitch, but I call it Happy Speed Snowboarding. Because Sonic goes insanely fast when he's on a snowboard. Right, nice. Cool. Forward trick. And down we go. It's fast as jump down slope as when you're in snowboard, then just running it. Hey, Act 2. This time Sonic doesn't have his snowboard, but he's still faster than Blaze. So very important we get max boost here. Because right here, Sonic doesn't have, we don't get enough opportunities to get more boosts. So it's important we get max early here. Okay, so next up we face against the Ghost Whale. The one thing I like about this game is that the boss is a bit quite unique in its own way. Because this boss, there's like three like boostless Sonic mini games. But you have to get to his weak spot while you're inside it in three different ways. Okay, yes, round one complete. 2 rounds to go. So I'm going to leave these 2 rings for last should anything adverse happen on the inside. I don't know how to dodge that both times. Right, decent second round. So air dashing across the ice pits is a bit risky because if you get caught by the ice pits, you just freeze up and then you just take damage. Okay, last round. Okay, this is going to be 130. Still 129 even. Because this last part is literally less than half a second. Just like that, this fight is over. That's 5 zones down. 2 to go. So now we got next one. We go towards Sky Babylon. But first we need to go to this landing point. Because Sky Babylon right now is a bit far for us. So one thing interesting thing is that normally when I run all emeralds, I prioritize any percent. But the ideal route is to beat the 6th Johnny race before beating the game. And that'll be after this Aqua Blast section. Good. Okay. I'm going to do a quick detour right here. That light patch at the bottom is where Johnny 6 is. And that's where we want to go to do our Johnny race there. Okay, Johnny 6, here we go. Okay, here we go. Looking good. Okay, looking good, looking good. Just the final stretch to go. And that should get the win for us. Right, 103 flat. Nice. So for the Johnny races, we normally have one upgrade to beat these in the fastest route, but there's a quicker way to do it with 0 upgrades. Unfortunately, it's not completely fail-proof, but it is faster. Right, nice. And right now we've got Blaze. Seven seconds. Okay, so next up we've got Sky Babylon, and this time we're going to be playing as Sonic. Here we go. Oh dear. Do something just a little too early. Also, when you have a boost, you're literally vulnerable to pretty much anything that's not an instant kill. That is less scary than it looks. Yes. That's pretty tight to make a Sonic. For Blaze, it's easy because you can fire hover, but it's not so easy as Sonic, especially at speed. Okay, cool. Okay, back to here we go. Okay, we're not going to have as much speed, so we have to make use of these enemies. Normally, Silk can jump straight across if he gets enough speed, but basic boost unfortunately doesn't get him enough speed than broken speak at speed. So now we've got this auto scroller balloon section, and we can't let anything touch the yellow casing of a balloon, otherwise it'll pop and we just fall. Oh, and those purple lasers, in case you didn't know, those instantly kill you, so we want to avoid those at all costs. Oh, that wasn't so bad. So right now we're going to do a quick swap to Blaze. I'm going to save it real quick. The only reason for this is because Blaze is much easier to do with Sonic and quicker. In the real run, if the Sonic version was figured out, it's still a work in progress. It would be faster to do the whole thing as Sonic, but it's very difficult to stay in the air as Sonic. All right, that was pretty good. 44 seconds. So now we build our final vehicle, which is the Deep Typhoon, which is the submarine. And of course, we've got all the materials we need. Because the revisits that we require, we could do it right at the start, because the only ones we need to revisit were Plant Kingdom and Machine Labyrinth. And we did those before we even got Blaze at all. But now we have our final vehicle, the Deep Typhoon. Right, so now we've got to draw very carefully here, because the submarine cannot cross shallows. Right, that'll work. So once again, like the sailboat, it's an auto scroller. You may not look it, but it's actually the fastest vehicle in the game. We're going to be making use of this a lot when you find all the other Johnny races and the hidden islands we have to do. Because Blaze actually has to get the Solemn Emeralds in this mission. She doesn't get it by default as she did in the first Rush game. And there's some hidden islands that are extra hidden islands that are required to get some of the Solemn Emeralds, like 3 of them. And that's hidden island 6, 8, and 12. Quite looking good. Okay, so now that we've reached Pirates Island, we can't get through the door. So we actually have to find the hints to get into the hidden islands. And that's by going to these hidden islands. Looking good. So this is hidden island 3. And we're going to be using Sonic for this one. Because Sonic is faster and it's not too dangerous. Good. Okay, now for Hidden Island 4, we're going to be taking the Aqua Blast. Because as mentioned before, The Deep Typhoon cannot cross shores, so you've got to take the Aqua Blast to get here. So much for getting through without getting hit. And we land. And once again, we go in the Sonic. Wasn't so bad. There's quite a few areas where you could die, so I'd say this one in this category is pretty much the scariest hidden island. So now we're gonna go down here to Hidden Island 5. And this is the last hidden island we'll do before we enter the final zone. Because this will give us the final hit, then we can open the door. Once we open the door, we can do Pirates Island, which is where the pirates are hiding. I'm gonna go in this blaze. Let's go. Nice. Now you go to C sharp because we've already been there before. Go here and land. Right, you got this, Sonic. You got this, Sonic. That's it, Sonic. I think you've got it. The tail says it every time we get a piece in. It's become a thing. Right, door is open and let the party get started. Nice. Nice. Well, I hope to keep max boost here. If not, thankfully it's not that big a deal. Yes. Awesome, you got max boost. Okay, awesome. 123. Okay, back two. Here we go. That part is a bit risky because missing any boost jump will result in a death. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. So we're not going to be doing the risky method because you can't jump all the way to that fountain there. Oh, that was close. That was so close to going right through. That's a shame. Okay, it's under 150, which is pretty decent. Okay, what's going, Johnny? So you thought this? I thought there was going to be some tag team action, but instead you have one character that pretty much solos both of them. Really, two in a row. When I do the tag team move, they're both completely invincible. This is an RNG treating this nicely. Oh, Whisker's gone. And Johnny's out too. Nice. It's slightly quicker to do this as Blaze individually. But as Sonic heavily outspeeds, that's Blazing that's one and two. But here we take Blaze. So right here, we have to use the cannons to shoot the Ghost Titan, which is what this boss is called, to be able to deal damage. Okay, so we need one more shot. Yes. 10 rings. Okay, here we go. So here's a bit of post game after Sonic and Blaze defeat Big Swell. So this is literally the main game beaten. Now all that remains is for us to get the other 5 Chaos Emeralds and Dual Blade Soul Emerald missions. Then we can get the beat the true final boss. So we got a bit of time to rest our hands for a bit after that intense session. Right now, I'm mashing the A button for dear life because we can't skip this cutscene even with the start button. Unfortunately for us, the credits can be sped through because there is credits after this. But the real fun begins when the credit scene is finished because we're going to be starting with Johnny 7 because we don't need the upgrade. It's quite challenging, but it's worth it. Oh, not for the one. Yeah, glad you find this fun. Yes, game. We've established we've got to get all the Chaos 7 Soul Emeralds. Okay, so now we got to go to this patch here. Soul Emerald 7. I mean for Chaos Emerald 7. And then go up. Looking good, looking good. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. Good. All right, this is looking good for us. Right, awesome. 1 and 2. So guaranteed win time here is like a 104. Glad that worked first try. So there's really only one more hard race off, and that's the very last one we do. Right, gonna use Blaze to do this. Right, next up we've got Johnny 4. And that is what the place right over here. Nice. And yes, we approach him. Right, awesome dodges there. Right, 56 is a bit slow, but it got the job done. Right, next up, Johnny 2. And him now late. So I did say we'd be using this vehicle a lot because it is the fastest vehicle by far. Even though we're just playing musical mini games every time. So this is another easy one. I want to minimize the side movement as much as possible. I messed up a bit on the first one because I went down the wrong side. Right, nice. Right, 5 down, 2 to go. Okay, new hidden island. And we go in the Sonic. So the hidden islands we need to do for the revisits are hidden island 6, 8, and 12. You also need to do hidden island 16 because that's what the hidden island we need to get to Johnny 5. Even with a deep typhoon, it's too far to travel without another landing spot. Okay, next up, Johnny 3 and hidden island 6. Okay, Johnny 3, here we go. One more to go after this. Looking good. 45-20. Nice. It's so dangerously close to being possible for sub 45. But I've not gotten that yet. That was a pretty smooth race. And this time I'll be using Blaze because she's actually faster here. Awesome. Sub 24. Right. Now to get to this here 9 that we need to get to race 5, we need to take the Aqua Blast. Because like with here 9 and 4, the Deep Typhoon submarine cannot cross shores. Neither can a sailboat. And the wave cyclone is too far, so we have no choice. Looking good, looking good. Oh, nice, smooth. And we land. And we go in the Sonic because Sonic is faster. Here we go. Nice. Okay. One last Johnny race, and then we are done with a wave cyclone. This one is going to be literally the shortest trip because it's literally right here. Looking good. Okay. Okay, final Johnny race. Okay, so far so good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is Oz. Yes. And that is all Johnny races first try. No upgrades. Let's go. Now, after that is over, we need to unlock the Sun Emerald missions. Okay, I was actually supposed to talk to Garden, not Norman. And I need to talk to him 7 times, one for each Sun Emerald mission. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here we go. Whoa, we almost died there. Because he spike up a lot faster in this rematch. Right, it's down and it is done. All right. And that is our first solo mode. Next up, we've got here 9 and 6. Again, should be a walk in the park for us. Right, so that bit's a bit unfortunate. And that is solo level number 2. So you're supposed to want to go quickly. Next up, we've got Ghost Kraken again. Okay, let's hope we get the quick kill this time. Okay. That's what we want. All right, so that was a bit of a shame. 5-second chance. Oh man, that's a shame. All right, got the backup strat at least. Right, next stop's on Emerald 4, which is just here on 12 again. And that is the fourth solo mode. Okay, K9 and 8. So this one's going to be a bit slower as Blaze because she's not as fast as Sonic. And if you haven't noticed already, Sonic will instantly set as Blaze. You don't get a choice of character. There we go. Frankly, enough opportunities to rest their hands. Because after this, we've got two insane rematches with the two final bosses. Okay, let the rematches begin. Because for Solomon Mode 6 and 7, we've got to fight Whisker and Johnny and Big Swell again. Good. Okay, it's looking good. Unfortunate. Okay, good. That wasn't so bad. Next up, Big Swell rematch. Here we go. Here it goes. All right, that was good. Good. It goes. Yes. Good. All right, one more cannon shot. Okay, turrets. Final shot. Yes. Didn't miss any of my counter shots. Even yeah, because for the rematch, those goes insanely fast, faster than what you see in the main game. And coincidentally, we have 007 rings, which is a bonus. Here we go. Final hit. Right, that's the final Sun Emerald we got, and now we've unlocked Deep Core. Oh yeah, so with this boss, we go to Supersonic and Burning Blaze. This is like a tag team match that we were supposed to get for Whisker and Johnny, except we're using it for this boss now. So Supersonic, unfortunately, does not do enough damage to be useful in this fight. So here is where Blaze's super form shines. Right here, I just spam fireballs to deal damage. Okay, awesome start. Sub 40 first phase. So there's 3 phases. That was the first one. And time will end when I land the final hit on the third phase. Okay, final phase. Oh crap. Time. So that is all almost complete. But Dr. Eggman Nagar tries to block the planet with his rod. And who knew Marine can actually shoot beams? So Blaze goes in with an uppercut. Knocks the Egg Wizard off balance. But Supersonic gets his justice in the end and does a signature Sonic boost. I'm happy at least this part does him justice. Since in the main fight he doesn't get much of a shine. Except at the very start where I collect rings. Because fun fact, only Supersonic can boost through rocks and Blaze can't. Alright, and that is an S rank. Beautiful. So this is the epilogue of the game. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you a lot for having me on. And yeah, I'm happy that this one went pretty well. Got within estimate and 0 deaths, 0 restarts.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for running. It was a very clean run too. It was pretty fun to watch as well.
Uh, glad to hear it. I do try to make this as fun as possible, even though there's clearly risky areas where you're tempted to play safe. Which, not gonna lie, I did play safe for quite a bit of it, but mostly there's no way out. like the Pirate
I,
Side and the Sonic, with those jumps at the start.
I
No
couldn't
easy way
even
around
tell
the
you were
evenness
playing
place.
safe. A lot of the stuff in there looks pretty risky.
Yeah. Before I did RTA speed runs, I pretty much just did IL runs for some time. Like while I was at university, I used to do ILs for a couple of years for two reasons. One, I didn't have the resources to record an RTA run, and secondly, I didn't have resources to stream. So just did ILs for some times until I did.
Fair enough.
I mean, the bright side, it makes you more used to the riskier stuff.
Yeah.
But like with anything, it takes practice. So yeah, I don't expect to like get it right straight away. This is definitely results of like years of practice.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the viewers?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy to like run for this cause for gaming against suicide, and yeah, please make your donations in to make this possible for just so you know that people aren't alone out there.
And yep, and if you are feeling that kind of way, we have some. There is a way to figure out which help I can get to based on where you are. Let me find it real quick. At findahelpline.com, and that's a good way for you to if you're feeling like it, to try and talk away the dark. Just let out your feelings about how you feel. And if anyone is still interested in donating, feel free to at gamesforhope.com/donate. We still have that $500 Atari ST-a-thon milestone to get to, so if you want to see that, feel free to donate.